Fifi. Hello. Hello, beautiful. Got a little mouth done, Good morning, Molly, morning, Hanson, and Palin, and Carl, and Sarah. How you all doing? Morning, Max, morning, Joe. Is very rainy and grey here today. Morning, Chef. Just been out in the garden getting stuff for the bunnies, and it was heckin' windy. Heckin' windy. But Fifi just did a big binky, so she's happy with it. She don't mind. She's snuggly indoors. I can't believe, after all the temptations and stuff I planted out there, the bunnies didn't even want to look outside even once. They're just like, nope, no thank you. Morning, Shadow. Good morning, Thomas. Morning, Saffron. Hello, you finished pooping? Had a good poop? Lovely boy. Lovely boy, lovely poops. Emma, thank you very much for the 15 months. 15 months of Manui and chat and Discord and Bronkley. Yeah. Yeah, how you been? Good morning, Lee. Do you know what? I had to check with Alexa what day it was today because I went to put in the the title of the stream, and I was like, when's Tuesday? When's Tuesday? I was like, what happened yesterday? But it is Wednesday, my dudes. Good morning, David. Morning, Owls. Morning, Rob. But usually if you ask Alexa what day it is, she'd be like, would you like me to talk you through some self-help techniques? You're like, no, I'm fine. I just forgot. I just don't know what day it is. I'm fine. I've been promoted at work. I like the money, but I do not like the increased responsibility. Yeah. Why can't with great pay rise come no responsibility? It does feel more like Tuesday, doesn't it? That's why I was getting confusioned. Bunnies, let me give you your breakfast. But I was trying to think, like, what am I streaming today? Woo. What day is it? Because that's normally how I remember. But then Alexa Bloomin scared me yesterday because Shadow, thank you very much for the 11 months. Thank you. I asked, because I was like, we're trying to plan this holiday that I keep blooming banging on about, that keeps going wrong. And so I was like, oh, hang on a sec. I wonder when half term is. Because you obviously don't want to be going when there'd be like, an increased number of people traveling and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, when is half term? And she responded, this answer is from like blah, 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 website. Half term is next week on the 26th of October. And I sat there for a second like, oh my God, I've just lost a month of my life. What happened? It's October? I was like, I'm pretty sure it was September. And it just gave me this crisis. And I was like, hang on, no, the website must be wrong. It's not. It's definitely September. It spooked me. Good morning, Cole. Well done on your prize nomination. Thank you. I don't know who put me forward for it, but it was a very lovely surprise. And I saw that Plate Up are up for, what's it called? Multiplayer something. But it's like Plate Up, Bread and Fred, We Were Here, and another one that I can't remember. But yeah, it's all very good games. Whatever the fourth one is, I can't remember. It might be one I've not played. And there's some very other. Rob Wildermyth, that's the one. Rob, good morning. And oh, Happy birthday, Rob! I hope you're having a very lovely, albeit grey, windy day off. But I hope I hope you have a lovely cuddly day with Charlie, full of treats. Get noodles so I can live vicariously through you, please. Thank you! Happy birthday! I hope you do have a very lovely day. You go, Banouise. Banouise. Do you have any nice plans for the day? Food-wise? No, do you have any nice plans at all? Good morning, Cosmic. How you doing? Morning, version. I was trying to think what I did for my birthday this year. Did I do? Oh, I did do karaoke. I did karaoke with, oh, and then I had the day in Bath, didn't I? Went to the Jane Austen Museum for a cream tea with Alex and the portrait of Mr. Darcy. Oh, that was lovely. That was very lovely. But yeah, there are some there are some nice categories in that thing. I mean, it's one of those things that essentially when it comes down to streamer categories, or to be honest, I guess all awards in a way, it will probably be whoever has the most, follower power that wins. But at the same time, it's just I don't really mind just seeing me nominated for something. Just the fact that one person thought I was nice enough to be put forward, and then they thought I was nice enough to be selected. I was like, that's lovely. That is lovely. But I guess in a way it's probably the same with games. Like the games that have had the most people play them already will probably get the votes. But again, just standing out enough to be nominated is very lovely. So yeah. I was in Bath this weekend, went to the board game cafe called Thirsty Meeples. Oh, that's next to the Jane Austen Museum. Unless there's two. But there's definitely one of those next to the Jane Austen Museum. Because I remember standing outside it when we were waiting to go in for the cream tea, and I was peeking through the window. And there's also the Mary Shelley Museum a few doors down from that, which has a Frankenstein-themed escape room, which I'm curious about. I'm wondering if it is one of you has to find a leg, and you have to find a torso, and you put them together. But yeah, it just when I was crossing the road onto, I do believe 'tis called Gay Street. When I was on Gay Street and I was looking at the Jane Austen Museum and then the Mary Shelley Museum, and I was looking at them just yes, the two genders. But it's a very lovely part of Bath, that is. Is it near its own Queen Square? Does it lead on to the Bath Queen Square instead of the Bristol Queen Square? But yeah, I would like to go back and actually properly look at Morning Minion. Morning Dagon. Actually properly look at the museum. Because we only went upstairs for the cream tea. We didn't actually look at any of the stuff. But yeah. It's near that round semicircle bit of fancy houses. Oh, Rob, I do believe you're referring to the Crescent. Very popular attraction in Bath. A very popular filming location for fancy things is the Crescent. No, we didn't do the dress-up stuff. I think because we had the cream tea for breakfast, and then we went on to the Roman baths. So, because we hadn't been to them before, and we were like, well, when in Bath, do as the Roman. Yeah. So So yeah, we went to the baths instead and did a learn about them, which was very interesting. The audio tour, yeah, the audio tour is so good. The fact that you I was thinking about that again when I was in the British Museum recently, because I was like, oh, it's a pity you don't get this. And then I was like, hang on, there's thousands of people who visit. They probably just don't have enough. But I think you can get an audio tour for the British Museum, but I guess maybe you just have to pay for it. Whereas in the Roman baths, they just hand them out willy-nilly to everyone. You get these massive phones that you can talk to whatever his name is, the ghost who haunts the Roman baths and teaches you about them. Baths are probably my favourite town in the UK. It is very lovely. It's one of those things that I'm glad it's nearby and I can visit. When we first moved to Bristol, I remember we had a day out in Bath. Well, it wasn't a day out, maybe. It was just visiting. We visited for some reason. And we were both like, oh my gosh, why didn't we move to Bath? It's so much lovelier. But now I've lived in Bristol for longer. I'm definitely glad I live in Bristol and visit Bath rather than the other way around. Oh, you stretchy legs. Oh, you goddamn stretchy legs. Because it is pretty and it's very clean as well and very lovely. But I feel like Bristol is the naughty younger sibling of Bath. So, yeah, it's more our vibe. But it's a very lovely place. I would recommend visiting on as quiet a day as you'll ever get. There's some very lovely food to be eaten there as well. Shower, yeah. Delta, thank you very much for the 34 months. 6 months up front for the bestest bun mum. Ah, thank you. Oh, that doesn't show up on my phone, but thank you so much. Thank you. If I lived in Bath, I think the sheer number of tourists would drive me mad. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of tourists. Whereas Bristol obviously gets, you get your touristy places, but generally it is more a place for living. Until the Christmas market happens, then all of a sudden the population of Bath seems to increase threefold. And you're like, where do all these people live the rest of the year? It's always the busiest you'll ever see it is the Christmas market. It's like everyone comes out at once. But shouldn't be thinking about Christmas. I've still got to decide on a Halloween costume. I think, unfortunately, whilst it's on my mind, we're not going to get to do a September craft stream because the month's just sort of run out of us. We've just sort of run out of month, I should say, because we, next week is all pickaxe week and then we're into October and that's it. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get time to do one at all. Pretend you crafted the arcade machine. Yeah, I'm going to craft some sweet plays on the, on the arcade machine. Some sweet moves. So yeah, it might just be straight onto a Halloween one. Unless we can fit, if we can squeeze a early October one in. And pretend that that's the September one. But September, to be honest, the last 3 months have just sort of disappeared on us. It's just craft your own comfort zone. All the people who are audio only will be like, what are they doing during this podcast? What is all this rustling? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we are, like I said yesterday, we're opening Pickaxe Week. Morning, Megalomaniac. So it will start, what time? 3:30, I want to say, on Monday. will be the beginning of pickaxe week. Or is it 2:30? Sometime in the afternoon. There's not one on before us in the morning. But yeah, we will be one in Limewood. We'll be opening pickaxe with, I think it's like an hour and a half slots. If they released a schedule for it, oh nice. And then after us is Yomp, but then I can't remember who's on after them. But I think there's 3 on the Monday, if I remember rightly. And then there's lots of different lovely podcasts throughout the week for people to enjoy, and maybe you'll hear one and be like, oh, this sounds like it could be enjoyable listening, and start listening to that. So yeah. It also means, more excitingly, that Kirsty and I will finally get ahead with recordings, because we will probably record one again on the Thursday, and we will have already done one on the Monday. So, good morning, Alex. Morning, my love. So, we've been trying to get ahead like all of this year, but finding time to record twice in a week it's just not happened. But there's been 3 weeks that we've missed because we've not had one in the bank. So yeah, hopefully we can finally get ahead and record a few. You and Kirsty have a podcast. We do. We're on episode 63 now. 63 episodes of nonsense. Does make the podcast very timely, though. This is true, but I guess, eventually they're gonna, even the next week, they're the references are outdated, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I didn't see Gerry. I was looking away from the screen. Is he going on the slippy floor? What are you doing, brave boy? What are you doing, eh? No one told me. Well, you've got 63 episodes of catching up, if you like it. It's sort of nonsense, so you might, podcast, you say. What's it called? Do I have a thing that's like exclamation mark podcast or comfort zone? Or I can't even remember my own commands. But it's called comfort zone. There you go. It does work. The system works. But yeah, how many weeks left in the year are there? No, I was just trying to figure out when we'll get to episode 100. I still don't know the Simpsons episode where Krusty says nobody will notice the rerun and looks at the TV isn't showing an episode talking about the outbreak. But oh no. Oh no. Yeah, sometimes things are more easily dated than others. It's like when we were recording Minecraft Pictionary or TTT or whatever, and there was all the talk about Barbenheimer, and it's well, that makes people be able to pinpoint exactly when this was recorded. Listening to it in bulk has had the benefit of making me dream more. I've had a couple people say that it does. I think, because I found that the more we've done it, the more I'm aware of dreams. So I think even just being aware of having dreams. 16 weeks left. Oh my gosh. So we'll probably end the year on... Oh, mad 79. Episode 79. Wait. Yeah. Maybe? So maybe we can squeeze in a special episode 80. Maybe we can finish the year on episode 80. Get a little special Christmas one in there or something. That's a point, actually. We're going to have to get ahead for Jingle Jam and Christmas week. I'm just going to have to say, Kirsty, we're recording 8 episodes of the podcast today. Birthday treats. Nice. Nice. Thank you, Rob. Oh. But I think I've got I've got at least 2 dreams in the bank, and we have a guest episode this week, so that takes the pressure off of having dreams. This is the trick, is to have guests on. The more guests you have, the less we have to do. So I'll just have to try and arrange some more lovely people to join us. Hello, Gerry. What are you thinking, baby boy? But I also have to get ahead with work so that I can actually go on this holiday should it ever happen. She boy. Hello. What are you getting up to, Fifi? What is a British city you haven't been to that you'd like to visit? Oh. Oh, Fifi, don't slip. Yours is Oxford. Oxford is very nice. I went there once for a Ludovico Einaudi concert, and then we stayed, I think we stayed there for 2 nights maybe, and went to see The Bench, for anyone who is a fan of His Dark Materials. If you know, you know. We went and sat on the bench, and I remember, we went to a place called like the Nose Bag. That was really nice. And there was another place that I can't remember the name of, but it did the nicest burritos I had ever had. It was in a marketplace, like an indoor market. They were really good. And I've been to York, walked around the York Wall, done some of the ghost tour. I went to York as a mentor, so I was on a school trip as a mentor, so I was like in charge of a small group of children. So I didn't really get to experience York properly because I was obviously like, don't lose a child. so I didn't get like a very relaxed experience of York. But it was very good. It's a very nice place. But where would I go? I mean, truth be told, if we're talking British, I would like to go up to Findocti, which is a small town in Scotland. I've wanted to go there for a wee while because that's where my family are from, and I've never been. I've never been that far up in Scotland. So yeah, that's probably, I mean, I don't think there's very much to do there. It would, oh wait, you did say city. If we're talking city, I would go for Glasgow, because apparently for a while that was like the vegan capital of the UK. So I would like to go there and experience a food tour. For ages I was planning where would I go if I went on a food tour of Glasgow. So yeah, I think I would go with that. But I think Bristol might have surpassed them in these last few years. So I need to visit Reading. Reading's a city, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Or is it? I don't really know. It's quite big, isn't it? But I don't know if it... Oh. Good walking, Gerry. Hang on. Very good walking. I visited Norwich. I went to Norwich many a moon ago. Why did I go to Norwich? Why did I go to Norwich? I have a very specific memory of being there, but I don't really remember why I was there. If your family has Scottish roots, do you have a family tartan? Yeah, we do. We are from Clan Mackay, so we have the Mackay tartan, which is sort of like dark blue and green. Um, it's nice. It's sort of it's quite funnily enough. This is purely coincidental, but it's sort of like my tartan pajamas that I have. It's like sort of like that. Good morning, Sorbus. You being bothered by the tassels, Gerry? I might have been visiting. It might have been back in the days when I was looking. I don't think I looked around the university there. So it might have been that I went maybe with my sister to look at the uni. But I do have a friend who's from Norwich. Oh no, he went to university in Norwich. So I might have gone to visit him maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. I love his little walk. Do, 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 do. He's so purposeful when he's behind the sofa. What other city? I'm trying to think of what other cities there are. Trying to think. There must be more cities. What cities are down in Cornwall? I guess Cornwall's other than like. Would I want to go to Blackpool? I don't know if I'd want to go to Blackpool. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it, but it wouldn't be like top of the list. Exeter is very lovely, but I have been there before. It's going to say Bristol, but you're from there. Yeah. I'm currently in Bristol right now. The stream is coming from inside the Bristol. Doing, 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 doing. Plymouth. I guess I'm trying to think what things are there that I would want to go to that I've not seen before. Sorry, I was just sorting out Gerry's blankie. Hello. Manchester. I've been to Manchester and I did not have a very good time, and I'm ashamed to say it tarnished my view of Manchester. But even though it was like one bad day, I forever just gone like, bloody Manchester. But maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should go back and give it a chance to redeem itself. Been to Cardiff. I used to work in Cardiff for a little bit when I worked on what's it called? Casualty. Would go over to Cardiff. Cardiff was when I accidentally got. I think I've told the story about when I just got in the car of a stranger at like 4 a.m. That was when I was trying to get to Cardiff. Because I was very eepy. But Cardiff is lovely, and I've also worked at the Opera House there. What Gerry do? He likes to push out the blankie. Tell us more. Basically, I was working on Casualty, and I was like, the trains don't really. I was like, is anyone? Because they probably are. Is anyone leaving like from the crew going from Bristol to Cardiff in the morning? Because the trains are a nightmare at that time of day when you're like starting at 8 a.m. And they were like, oh yeah, this person will meet you here at this time. And I was like, nice. So it was someone I'd never worked with before, didn't know them at all, hadn't met them. So I'm stood at the side of the road in Bristol. I got into the town centre, and I'm stood at the side of the road by this like garage at like 4 a.m. or whatever. It's like really dark, and a car pulls up. So I just got in the car, and then this guy was just like, hello? I was like, hello. Started making small talk, and then he was like, sorry, who are you? I was like, oh, are you not blah, blah, blah? And he was like, no. I was like, well, I should probably get out of your car then. So I left, and then like 10 minutes later, the guy pulled up, and he was like, I'm sorry, I'm so late. I was like, it's fine. I just got in the car with a stranger. So yeah, that's how I got to Cardiff. So thankfully it was a nice guy and he didn't just lock the door and drive off. Uh, but yeah, but yeah. Um, Whereas I worked in Liverpool for a bit. See, I guess this is the problem, is a lot of places I've been to, but I've not really been to them because I don't really do like city breaks or whatever they're called. Like I've worked in Liverpool. I went to Manchester for a gig. I sort of worked in York sort of thing. So I've not really like, I can say I've been there, but not been there. Oh, what can you hear, Fifi? What do your bunny ears hear? What's happening out there? Hmm? I've been to places but not experienced them. Yeah, it's like I worked in uh oh my gosh. What's the capital of Norway? It's completely left me. Oslo? Question mark? I'm drawing a blank. Sweden. Sweden is the capital of Norway. I worked in N. I worked in Oslo for a week. Second Onion, thank you very much for the 27 months. Good morning. I worked there for a week, but I can't tell you anything about it because I literally left the house when it was dark, got back when it was dark. The one night that we went out, we ended up, I mean, that's another story I think I've told, but we ended up very drunk and none of us remember any of it. So it's, yeah, I can say I've been there, but I can't tell you anything that is there. What about the Isles? Oh my gosh, I'd love to go out to some of the Isles. Is there technically a city on the Isle of Wight? Can I say that? Because I'd love to go to the Isle of Wight. I was hoping to been there but not explored it. Yeah, I know people like that who travel extensively for work. Yeah, see, this is the thing. It's like I knew someone who did a job in South Africa. They went there to film an interview that was being filmed in a hotel, and they basically they got the flight over, they slept in the car from the airport to the hotel, filmed the interview. Well, they were a sound guy, so they recorded the interview inside this hotel, fell asleep in the car on the way back, and then flew back. And they were like, I can say I've been there, but I can tell you the inside of the airport and the hotel, and that is it. And you get so many stories like that in the film world. My Tunk actually worked in Oslo. What did you do? I used to work in film and TV. So I filmed a short film in Oslo for a week, and I couldn't tell you what it was about at all because it was all in Norwegian. So I have no idea what happened during that. It was also very confusing because the Norwegian lenses all the measurements were in centimeters, which completely threw me off because I trained in like feet and inches. So it's like, technically you still work on film and TV, just still streaming now. Yeah, true. And then, yeah, Casualty as a camera technician. And then in Liverpool, filmed another short film. The short film we did in Liverpool was the only time I ever, because I was what they call a clapper loader, or second assistant camera as they tend to be called, and it's the only time I ever loaded film was the job I did in Liverpool, and oh my gosh, it's so much more stressful. I worked on other film jobs, but I worked on something The thing I filmed where the voice actress for Tracer was peeing in a warehouse, that was on film. But luckily I was just a trainee on that, so I didn't have to actually worry about any of the film stuff. But oh my gosh, it's so much more comforting when you do digital things than having to handle film. I much prefer it. There's a weird time to zone back in. I'm gonna get closer to Fifi because I think the bunnies are staying where they are now. Hello. Hello, Fifi. What was the thing where you're on screen with your unicorn shirt? That was a short film called Tattoo, which was Aisling Bea, and I've forgotten the name of the actor, but if anyone has seen Ted Lasso, it's the footballer who's like really gruff. Oh mate, that sort of one, but he's actually a big softie. It was that guy and Aisling Bea doing this. Something about finding out one of them has a tattoo of something. I can't remember what the story was. But that was in that London that we filmed that. Hello. Don't remember Tracer being in a warehouse. It's a TV show. It was on Sky, I think. And when we filmed it, it was called Crazy Face. And then it came out as Crazy Head, I want to say. It was something like that. They changed the name after it was like all filmed. So treatment time, it can be. But yeah, basically the story, it was a story of people who were possessed by demons, and they thought the way to unpossess people was to pee on them. So the scene that I filmed, the very first scene that I was part of on my first day was someone getting peed on in a warehouse. It was an experience. But yeah. Hello. Okay. The bunny's treats today are just a selection of things from the garden, which I think Gerry's going to be uninterested by. But, oh no, he's gone straight for the mint. But there's mint, there's coriander, there's a big bit of kale, and I think there's some fennel in there as well. Isn't that nice, Fifi? Oh, little one. You're drinking kale water. Lovely. Come here. There we go. And as it's Rob's birthday, can give them some birthday cake as well, as they're still getting through Gerry's birthday. Oh, Gerry, there's a tiny, tiny bit of fennel here if you wish. Gerry! 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 Good morning, Ted. How you doing? Good morning, food cat. Gerry! Gerry! He's ignoring me. Gerry! Oh, Fifi, do you want it? No hesitation. Okay, bunnies, are you ready for a little slice of a niblet of birthday cake? Because it's your birthday cake, Gerry, but it is Rob's birthday today. It's very exciting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, hang on, bunny. Oh, jeez. Gerry! Gerry, what have you done with it? The birthday cake is... Oh no. Okay, he didn't run off with it. Here it is. Chaos? What's happening? Here you go. He's just checking it's still there rather than actually wanting it. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. I'm so covered in crumbs right now. There's another little bit there, Gerry. Do bun birthday cakes go harder or softer the staler they get? Do you know, I don't actually know. Probably the opposite of real cakes. They probably get softer, but I don't really know. There you go. If you want to eat any of these crumbs that you've exploded over me. Never a chance to go stale, true. I've also somewhere got like a little a little balloon that I got for Fifi, but I don't know what I did with it. I had a tidy and therefore I lost it. Oh wait. There you go, bunnies. There's some little crumbs. Hello. So legally bun birthday cookies, yeah. Bye bye, Rob. Have a very lovely... Oh, hello. Have a very lovely birthday. I hope you have a very good day and Charlie treats you, hello, to lots of lovely things. Gerry, there are some crumbs still here. There you go. That's all of your treats for today. Well, actually, I didn't get a chance to do their medicine this morning, so they've still got that to look forward to. And then Gerry has to have his nebulizer, bless him. I keep thinking I've got to go into the office today, but I don't. It's because I'm going in on Thursday and Friday that I've suddenly got it in my head that I'm going in, like, every day. But yeah, I did decide that I was going to take Friday afternoon to go and join in with the arcade thing. Because I thought, like, I didn't realise, like, when I raided G yesterday, she said that she's going to be down and stuff. So I was like, do you know what, if people are coming down especially, I'll, I'll go in and see the people I don't get to see very often. We're going to do a nice, no, there's something happening on Friday evening, that I can't say yet, but, there is like an event that is why a lot of people are down, which is why they've done the arcade thing there then. And So yeah, we'll all be doing something after, which will be nice. I saw a Pokemon I named Gerry because it looks like a bunny. Is it Bidoof? I always think Gerry is most like a Bidoof. Early curvy tomorrow, yeah. And then I think, so we normally record Comfort Zone on a Thursday. So I'm gonna have, I've got to decide whether to like do curvy and come home and then go out again because I'm meant to be seeing a friend on Thursday evening, or whether to just stay in the office and work on the office computer and record from there. I can't decide. Because it's one of those things, it's all well and good saying, like, I'll just work in the office. But a lot of the time you don't get anything done because it's too distracting because there's so many people around. There are so many Friday things. Yeah, the arcade stream, the High Rollers thing begins. It's episode 1 of that, which is very exciting. I think someone did say they're telling the Taskbox contestants as well. So yeah, Friday is just going to be a overload of good times. No, she's getting all hyped up on birthday cake. She's zooming. Fifi. I can see her over there. Along with Gerry's little hat. Oh. Hello. Fridays and Taskbox are right, a stunning word. Well, the thing about Taskbox is like it's such a like good format that obviously it's got like, I was gonna say repeatability, but that's not a word, is it? It can like it's longevity. So if ever like you're like, oh, I want to see this person on this thing, it's not like it's a one-off. So there'll always be, well, not always, but there's going to be like, it is a word. Yay! There'll always, be more episodes for people to be on. So you can have Gerry contesting. Oh, geez, it would have to be very specific tasks for, oh. You snaffled a dusty blanket, giving yourself a snuff. What if they did a Taskbox Yogg's Pets edition? But yeah, hopefully one day everyone will get to be on it. Not all at once, but as far as I know, like obviously I'm not involved in the behind the scenes of Taskbox at all. But I think the plan is to try and do have 3 local people and then get one, external, so to speak, person over. So hopefully that way they get through, slowly be able to get over. There's a monk in one of them. Honestly, the last one, so many people messaged me being like, are you the monk? Are you the monk? And I was like, no, the monk is like a foot shorter than me. But I guess the angle of it, there wasn't any I guess because everyone was sat down, I guess there was no one to compare heights to. But I don't know if Sarah will be returning to fulfill her role, or if she's moved on to a new role. Maybe there'll be another mysterious figure that will be played by the monk. Dun dun dun. It looked like me. I guess there was just a bit of the hair showing. I guess maybe it's just the fact that people could see longish hair. And they thought it was me. But no, it was not. I did help pin up the robe because, because Sarah's so much shorter, she needed the rope pinning up so she didn't trip over it. Oh, the range just started coming down even more. The movement was similar to how you move. But Sarah was told to, like, move in a very robotic fashion so that, like, because it was meant to be very, like, I am a monk, I will move like, ah. So is that how you saying I move? Oh, dear. Good morning, Repping. Sarah's actually my secret daughter. Well, she's my granddaughter in Blood on the Clock. Wait, Blood on the Clock Tower? The Watchtower? Yeah, she was my granddaughter in that. Doo-doo. You do know the... Wait. You do know the G if of... Oh, the GIF. Oh, I see. I was like, the G if of? Is this like... Why do they call it an oven? But the GIF of me entering the empty office at Jingle Jam, that was me doing the the John Travolta impression. That was me reenacting that GIF of him being like, what? Huh? So maybe Sarah and I move similarly when we're both acting in roles. That looked like Sarah as the monk. I see. I enjoyed that clock tower video. I assume it didn't do well as there's not seen a second. I think it's probably more that it was just, I guess it's quite difficult to organize stuff like that. So I think that's why it doesn't happen like too often, because obviously you've got to get like for the editors, it's so much more work because all of a sudden you've got everyone recording their footage and you've got like conversations that are happening to the side, and yeah, I think it was just it's difficult to when the editors already have so much to do for the regular stuff to do to do it very regularly. So those things do tend to be more as like one-off treats. But I think everyone enjoyed it. I'm sure no one's opposed to doing it again. Apart from maybe the editors. Maybe they don't want to do it again. But yeah, it was my John Travolta impression. No, have you seen... I don't even know what film it's from because I get the feeling it's like a Tarantino one, so I wouldn't have seen it. But it's when he just walks in and he's holding a coat and he's like, where is everyone? Forget about it. I just did that because everyone had left. And previously, when I left, there was a room full of people. When I got back, it was empty. I love you, Sarah, and Shadow Stream so much. It's good fun. They are good fun. It's, Pulp Fiction is a great movie. No, I hate Tarantino films. Someone tried to get me to watch Pulp Fiction once. No, they didn't. My college tried to get me to watch a scene from Pulp Fiction, and I refused. I walked out of my class. I was like, I'm not watching that. That ain't for me. And then someone from my hometown tried to get me to watch Reservoir Dogs. And I told them, I was like, because I didn't want to make them feel bad. I was like, I'm just going to go to the toilet. You can start the film without me. And then I left their house and walked round to my other friend's house. And we watched a lovely film, I'm sure. And I just had a phone call from them being like, are you still in the toilet? And I was like, no, I left. I don't want to watch that film. I just didn't know how to tell you. So yeah. I've just avoided it as much as I can. Watching any of his films. Because they're just not for me. It's just not my jam. But yeah. Like his films, I kind of hate him as a person. I don't really know anything like I don't really know anything about the guy himself. But yeah, I just know as soon as I see that he's done a film, I'm like, well, that won't be a film I want to see. I accidentally got into a stranger's car, and now I'm in Cardiff, so I can't watch the film. Sorry. I mean, that would have been very far away because this is back in my hometown when I was away. But yeah, I just didn't really know how to tell people that I didn't want to watch films that they liked. Like, I had a friend who was always trying to get me to go to the cinema to watch the Saw films, and I was like, I really don't want to see those. It's not what I'm into. So it got easier to be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll meet you there. I'm not turning up. Sure we go. But yes. Well, I guess I should head off and get back to work. I didn't see Saw. I heard it had its ups and downs. Saw made me very angry, actually, because, like I said, I've never seen it, but because Carrie Elwes is like one of my favorite actors from my, era of films, from like Princess Bride and Robin Hood and stuff, for him to just suddenly become known as like the guy who saws his arm off or his leg off or his foot or whatever that happens in the film, made me very sad, because I was like, no, he is so much more than this. So yeah. Shall we go to, I don't know, should we go see some aminals? We can go see some aminals. I had beans on toast for lunch yesterday and it was so nice, and I'm so tempted to just repeat it today. Are buns playful? Oh, let's go to ducks. Let's go to ducks. I like the sounds of ducks. Hello, Swan. How you doing? Have you tuckered yourself out now? Raiding ducks. Nice. Well, everyone. Wait, I was answering a question, wasn't I? And I completely forgot. Oh, beans on toast. Was there a question? No, that was me talking. Did someone say anything else? Something? I can't remember. I just want beans on toast now. Oh, a bunny's playful. That was they can be, yeah. But more like, it's not really how you don't do fetch or anything. It's more that, like, Gerry likes to chuck things and you have to keep on handing it back to him and then he'll chuck it. It's just that sort of play. And throwing blankets over them and stuff. And hoping they don't hate you. Well, everyone, have a very lovely... He plays fetch with me, that's true. Wait a minute. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. I'll be back at 2, hopefully with for Faye Farm. But my key hasn't come through yet, so maybe something else. But yeah, fingers crossed it comes through. But everyone, look after yourselves and be good. And I will speak to you soon. Ooh, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Nice. Thank you. Bye-bye.